and then we'll do yours. All right.
I'm happy with the altitude. When we did turns around a point, I was kind of all over the place with the altitude, so I'm happy that.
Yep, that was really good. All right, so your last 3/4 of the maneuver was really, really good. All right, go ahead and turn around and let's go back to Groton.
Okay.
So you entered it a little bit less than perpendicular to the road, but as soon as you fixed that, the rest of the maneuver was really, really great. All right.
Okay.
So once your wings level at 2,000 feet, heading back towards Groton, I'll show you the ground track.
Okay.
And then another signal for you that the maneuver is done. Fuel pump off. All right, sweet.
And let me just get my bearings here.
Sure.
So the river's over there. I mean, I know it's pretty close.
5-4 X-ray, no delay off the runway and right on Delta and where you headed.
I mean, I don't know. I can't see it, but this feels pretty close.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. We know that the airport is right next to the mouth of the river. So as long as we're like, if you're really, really lost, just find the river, follow the river.
Right. Yeah. And
right.
I think I see like it's kind of by the the west side of Fishers. Which
yeah. Exactly.
That.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Cool.
Okay.
So there's your trace, right? We can see here we entered at a little bit of an angle, but that's all right, right? And then what I was saying, like the last 3/4, so like from here over.
Okay.
That's great. All
okay.
right.
Would that be pass or?
Oh yeah,
okay.
yeah, for sure.
I think it was just I probably should have had a little bit more time coming in straight.
Right.
And I was trying to like make last second corrections so I didn't come in steady.
Yep. Right, you can lose about 50 RPMs so we don't have the engine go crazy. But yeah, there's that smokestack, and on a really cold day, it's really, really easy to see the smoke, and we see where it's drifting.
Oh yeah, I can just barely see it now.
All right, cool.
AIJD. Is that Wyndham?
That is Wyndham. Yep, that is almost right off our right wing.
It's like about 12.7, I would say, from here.
Yeah, right, exactly. I think the city of Willimantic is like hidden in like a little valley, so we can't really see it from here quite well.
Yeah, I remember it being really shaded when we had a sunny day.
160 on the heading, 10,000 feet on the altitude, and we're clear to go 58 with.
We're 14 miles from Groton.
All right, what can you be doing here to be staying ahead of the airplane?
Well, I am on tower. I could get ATIS again.
Okay.
At 1-1, visibility
It's probably
10.
still going to be
Sky
India.
clear.
Probably.
Temperature 11, dew point 05, the altimeter 3026. RNAV GPS and visual approach in use, arriving and departing runway 23. Advisory, use caution for birds all runways. Advise on initial contact, you have India.
it is.
All right, cool. Man, it was so smooth earlier. What's going on here?
Yeah, I know. And that's about it. I got Tower, I got India. And I got ground for if we need.
All right, awesome. Great. So if we had time, like for example, if it was 11:30 right now, I would give you like probably an emergency procedure, like pretend to fail the engine or something.
Yep.
But unfortunately, we have to pretty much go directly back to the airport in order to make it back on time.
Okay.
I'll just give you a little extra power here just to get it up to 2450.
Okay.
And that'll give us like an extra few knots.
Contact departure.
See you later, Chad. Have a good day.
And I see Foxwoods. I don't see Mohegan. Oh yeah, there's Mohegan.
Yep. I forget if I told you, but I was flying with a guy the other day, and he has grown up here like his entire life. Like he's lived in southeastern Connecticut all his life, Stonington. And we were flying around here, and we were flying over Mohegan Sun, and he like points down and he's like, "Hey, by any chance, do you know what that big glass building is?" And I thought to myself, I'm like, there's no possible way he's talking about Mohegan Sun that he doesn't know what it is. And I'm like, which one? And he's like, you know, like the huge glass building, it's like taller than anything else. It's got like angles, it's like coming out of the ground, and I'm like, what?
It's funny.
That's Mohegan Sun. And he's like, oh, wow.
Who knew?
I'm like,
what do they do there?
I'm like, yeah, I guess if you were like not from here, then maybe you wouldn't know, but like, even if you don't like drive by it every day, you see it on like commercials and stuff.
Yeah, right.
I don't know, but
Yeah.
whatever.
I got married at Lake of Isles
Oh, cool.
at the golf course at Foxwoods, and the day after the wedding, me and my wife did the zip line off the top of the tower
That's awesome.
in her wedding dress and my tuck.
That's great. That's awesome. I've been wanting to do the zip line, but I haven't gotten around to it.
If you're thinking of doing it in a wedding dress, it's basically a big parachute, so I don't know if I'd recommend. Alright, this is about 10 miles north.
Okay.
Groton Tower, Cherokee 1072 Quebec, 10 miles north at 2000 inbound with India for landing.
Cherokee 1072 Quebec, Groton Tower from the north, continue, report 4 mile final, 23.
Report 4 mile final, runway 23, 72 Quebec.
Alright, so we can set up for that right now.
That should be a left turn, I would think, right?
302, runway.
Yes, that's correct.
120010.
If you're ever like, I don't know what a 4 mile final looks like, 2-3, I don't really know where 2-3 is set up, you can always look here, right? And you realize that when we land, we're going to be this way, right?
Yeah.
Another thing that we can do that is really, really helpful is we can go...
Yeah, can you show me how to do that?
Right, yeah. So we have to set Groton as a waypoint and actually angle a little bit more to the right here.
Okay.
Aim kind of like for like the edge of the delta right about there.
Okay.
Okay. So you can go nearest right there, direct, enter, enter, right? And then it gives you this. And then you press OBS, Omni Bearing Selector. You press OBS, and you're like, okay, 2-3. And then there you go.
Okay. Cool. So I'll intercept here.
Yeah.
Well, what's the radius on that?
5 nautical miles.
Okay, and they said report 5 mile final.
4 mile final, yep.
4 mile. Okay.
I mean, if we're 5 miles out and you report a 4 mile final, they're not going to be like, why don't you wait a little bit longer? You know,
like, turn around, try again.
Yeah, right, exactly. Like if we're like 3 miles out, that if you're closer than 4 miles, then they might call you and be like, 7 to Quebec, confirm you're on the 4 mile final for 2-3, and you're like, oh yeah, sorry, I must have not estimated it correctly. So that yellow arc, that's the smooth air operating range, right? So if we're in smooth air, we can feel free to go in that yellow, right? But if we're in air that's like really rocky and like tossing us around, probably not a good idea, right?
Seems like tower calmed down quite a bit.
Yep, that's for sure. Yeah, Groton is like, I don't know, that's the airport that I've most flown out of, obviously, so I'm used to it, but I was talking to one of the controllers, actually the same controller, that said don't call when you're number 2 in line, or there's obviously someone on final. He was like, yeah, I've worked like a bunch of other airports, and Groton is like one of the most unique airports in that it has like so many